Tonight, we will not struggle with the mind or try to overpower it. There will be no forcing, no pressure. Instead, we begin a soft journey into the heart of Zen wisdom. These teachings, shaped across centuries, are not complex ideas to memorize. They are simple and deep truths, like a gentle hand guiding us away from mental noise and back toward the quiet refuge that already lives within us. They invite us to meet our own minds, not as enemies to defeat, but as an open sky, able to hold every cloud of thought and feeling. We will walk this path through quiet stories and simple practices, learning not to silence the mind, but to rest in a peace that remains untouched by its movement. Welcome to Sleepy Monk. This is your place, a refuge where burdens can be set down and you can be held by stillness. There is nothing to achieve here, no special state of mind to reach. Simply allow my voice to guide you gently. Let these words flow like a calm stream over you, rinsing away the dust and weight of the day. For now, you are only asked to breathe and feel the soft rise and fall of your body. Our journey into stillness begins with a kind, honest look at the nature of the mind itself. It starts by noticing the constant hum of activity, the restless energy that so often keeps us awake. In Zen, this is sometimes called the monkey mind, a vivid and fitting image of awareness jumping from branch to branch, never resting, grasping a worry, then a memory, then a fantasy in endless motion. This does not mean you are broken. It is simply the untrained nature of the mind. Peace is not found by locking the monkey away, but by sitting with it, watching patiently, until it learns to settle on its own. There is an old story of a young painter named Kai, who lived near a great, quiet lake. His deepest wish was to paint the perfect reflection of the full moon upon the water. He longed to capture its silver stillness, its calm and silent glow. Each full moon, he brought his finest brushes to the shore, only to be defeated again and again by tiny imperfections. A soft breeze would scatter ripples across the surface, breaking the moon into dancing fragments of light. A fish would leap, warping the circle. An insect would touch the water, sending gentle tremors. Frustration grew, and Kai tried harder and harder to control the lake. He tossed small stones into the water, hoping to cancel the ripples, but only created more disturbance. He held his breath, believing his stillness might command the lake. His paintings became tense and lifeless. One evening, an old monk from a mountain temple came down to the shore and noticed the young painter's distress. The monk watched as Kai muttered at the wind and glared at the broken reflection. Sitting beside him, the monk spoke softly. "The water is a poor student, isn't it? It refuses to be still for you." Kai turned, exhausted. "Master, how can I paint the moon when the water will not obey? How can I find stillness in all this movement?" The monk did not answer right away. Instead, he pointed toward the lake. "You are trying to paint the moon," he said, "but you refuse to paint the water. You see ripples as flaws, as enemies. But are they? The shimmering, the movement, the constant change, this is the water's nature. It does not block the moon's reflection. It is how the water reflects the moon." The monk asked Kai to set down his brushes. "Tonight," he said, "do not be a painter. Be the lake. Sit and feel the breeze as the water feels it. When frustration appears, let it be a ripple. Do not fight it. Do not try to smooth it. Simply watch it expand, then slowly fade. Watch the thoughts. Watch the water. Watch the moon. Do not try to change them into anything else." With no other plan, Kai followed the monk's words. Sitting in the dark, he observed for the first time. He noticed his thoughts of impatience appear, linger briefly, and dissolve on their own. He watched the water shimmer and shift. In that quiet watching, a deep calm settled within him. He saw that his own agitation had been the greatest disturbance. After a long while, the wind softened. The lake turned into a flawless black mirror. The moon rested there, silent and complete. Yet Kai's wish to paint had changed. He understood that beauty lived not only in stillness, but in the whole unfolding process. Peace came not from forcing the lake, but from allowing his own mind to rest. The story of Kai and the lake mirrors our relationship with the mind. At night, lying in bed, we too demand perfect stillness. We want a mind as smooth as glass so sleep can arrive. Any thought or worry feels like an enemy, a ripple breaking our calm. We try to force the mind quiet. We tell ourselves, "I must stop thinking," and push thoughts away, just as Kai threw stones into the water. This struggle, this resistance, is what creates the agitation that keeps us awake. Zen wisdom offers a very different way. It invites us to set down the brushes, release the agenda, and simply become the observer. Your mind is the lake. Thoughts are the ripples. They are not wrong. They are the natural movement of the mind. They are not blocking your peace. They are simply what is happening right now. Peace appears not when thoughts vanish, but when our relationship to them changes. Watching ripples come and go without judgment reveals a stillness that was always present. This is the stillness of the observer, the quiet, open awareness that contains all mental movement. Like the night sky, holding moon and clouds alike, clouds never stain the sky. Thoughts can never stain the pure awareness that is your true nature. To bring this understanding into experience right now, you can practice becoming a gentle observer of your mind. No special posture is needed. You can do this, lying here, ready for sleep. Begin by acknowledging what is present without judgment. Notice the tone of your mind. Busy, calm, worried, whatever it is, allow it to be. There is nothing to fix. Next, bring attention to the physical feeling of breathing. Feel the air enter. Feel it leave. The breath is your anchor. Always here in the present. It is the steady rock where you can sit and watch the lake of the mind. As thoughts naturally arise, your only task is to notice them. You do not need to follow, analyze, or push them away. Simply label them softly. A thought of tomorrow appears, planning. A memory surfaces, remembering. A wave of anxiety, worrying. The label is not judgment, only recognition of a passing ripple. This allows you to see the thought without becoming it. After noting, gently return awareness to the breath. The mind will wander 100 times, and you return 100 times, each with the patient kindness of the old monk. There is no failure here, no frustration. Every return to the breath is a success. Each return is waking from thought and resting in the present. Let thoughts be clouds. Let breath be your anchor. Rest as the open sky. Pause here now. Feel the soft, steady rhythm of your breathing, a quiet anchor within the moving stream of time. Let your body soften now, releasing any tension you are still holding. Allow the edges of your day to dissolve into this calm space of rest. We continue by exploring a truth that can feel unusual in the modern world, the wisdom of non-doing. Our lives are shaped by effort, striving, and constant achievement. From the moment we wake, we are doing working, planning, organizing, fixing. We are taught that success comes from trying harder, pushing more. This habit runs so deep that we bring it to bed. Sleep becomes not a surrender, but another task to complete, another goal to reach. We lie down thinking, "I need to fall asleep now," and then we try. That very effort, that striving, is often what keeps sleep away. Zen wisdom invites us into the power of Wu Wei, or effortless action, the art of releasing struggle and allowing things to unfold in their own time. In a village famous for skilled woodworkers, lived a young carpenter named Lin. Strong and ambitious, he believed mastery came through force and control. When he worked with wood, he fought it. If the grain resisted, he pushed harder, driving his chisel with all his strength. If a board was warped, he clamped it into submission. His workshop echoed with strain, splintering wood, and frustrated sighs. His work functioned well, yet felt stiff and lifeless, compared to the graceful creations of the village's old master, Wei. who worked quietly by the river. Though aged and fragile, Wei's work flowed with beauty. People said he did not carve wood, but uncovered the forms already hidden inside it. One day, weary from battling stubborn oak, Lin went to watch the master work. He was amazed. Wei seemed to use almost no effort at all. His hands moved slowly, patiently, in harmony with the wood. He held the timber, felt its weight, traced its grain. As if listening closely, the chisel did not force a cut, but followed a path the wood itself revealed. Lin said, "I use all my strength, and my work feels clumsy. You use almost none, and your work feels alive. What is your secret?" Wei smiled and set down his tools, lifting 2 small sticks from the floor. "This," he said, holding one stick, "is your will, and this, holding the other upright, is the will of the wood, its nature." Overwise, he pressed the sticks together in a cross. When you force your will against the wood's will, there is effort, resistance, and splintering. Then he aligned the sticks side by side. "I do not oppose the wood," he said gently. "I place my will alongside its own. I listen to its strengths and limits, and we move together. There is no struggle. The wood shows the way, and I simply assist. The art is not forcing, but listening and aligning." This wisdom lies at the heart of learning how to fall asleep. Sleep, like the grain of wood, has its own nature and direction. It is a natural surrender of body and mind, and cannot be commanded by force. The more we try to control it, the more it resists. Lying in bed with a buzzing mind repeating, "Sleep now," we press our will against the natural flow. This creates tension, anxiety, and a state of high alert that is the opposite of what sleep requires. We check the clock, counting remaining hours. We grow annoyed with our own minds, at war with the present, trying to force a future state to appear. This is Lin's struggle in the workshop. The wisdom of non-doing invites us to work like the master. It asks us to stop fighting and begin listening, to align with rest rather than command it. This means releasing the goal of sleep. It sounds strange, yet when the need to sleep is dropped, the door often opens. This is a deep act of trust. It is trusting that your body knows how to rest. Trusting that with the right conditions, a quiet room, a soft bed, and an easy mind, sleep arrives naturally. The art is not trying to sleep, but letting go of what blocks it. To practice non-doing, begin by shifting intention. As you lie here, consciously release the goal of sleeping. Replace it with the intention to rest. Resting is something you can do. Sleep is something that happens. Let your only task now be to rest body and mind as gently as possible. Begin with the body. Notice where it meets the surface beneath you. Feel the weight of your head on the pillow, your shoulders, back, hips, legs. With each exhale, imagine letting go a little more, allowing yourself to be fully held. Let gravity do the work. You do not need to hold yourself up. You can surrender your weight. Bring this surrender to your muscles. Scan gently, and wherever tension appears, simply notice it. Notice the small muscles around your eyes. You do not need to relax them. Just bring awareness and allow softness. Notice your jaw and invite it to release. Notice your shoulders and let them drop. This is not another task. It is a gentle allowing, a quiet letting go. Finally, extend this attitude to the mind. Allow thoughts to arise and pass without control. Let them be. Rest as the awareness behind the thoughts. You may use a silent phrase. With each inhale, I have nothing to do. With each exhale, I have nowhere to go. This is radical contentment with the present moment. You are not trying to sleep. You are resting fully, here and now. By ending the struggle, you create conditions for the grain to reveal its shape. You allow the river of rest to carry you effortlessly into deep sleep. Our journey now turns toward finding the center. Modern life pulls energy upward and outward, towards screens, sounds, and demands. Mental energy gathers in the head, looping through thought, analysis, and worry. This leaves us ungrounded and scattered. like a tree without roots. At night, when distractions fade, this can become floating anxiety. We drift untethered in a sea of thoughts. Zen wisdom teaches that calm is found not in the head's chaos, but by dropping awareness into the body's quiet, steady center. There is a story of a young woman named Ami, who dreamed of becoming a master archer. She had sharp vision and strong arms. Practicing alone in her courtyard, her arrows flew smoothly and precisely, striking the center almost every time. Yet in competitions, her skill would suddenly abandon her. The crowd, the judges' eyes, the pressure to succeed created a storm of anxiety. Her thoughts raced. What if I miss? Everyone is watching. I cannot fail. This turmoil flowed into her body. Her shoulders tightened, her breath grew shallow, and her hands began to tremble just enough to throw her off. Her arrows missed the mark. Discouraged, she sought a Zen master who was also a famed archer. He watched her carefully, seeing both her skill and the subtle shake of anxiety within her. He gave no advice about aim or form. Instead, he asked her to set the bow aside. For the next month, her only practice was to stand still for an hour each morning. Your problem is not your arms or eyes, the master said. It is your roots. You are a leaf in the wind. You must become the tree. He told her to place her hands on her lower abdomen, a few inches below the navel. This, he said, is your hara, your center, the root of your energy. Thoughts are like leaves in a storm. Do not calm the leaves. Bring attention down from the storm in your head into the quiet earth of your center. Breathe here. Feel its solidity. Learn to live in this place. Ami practiced faithfully. At first it felt frustrating. Her mind kept rising into old worries. Each time, she gently guided it back to the steady feeling of breath in her belly. Slowly, something shifted. She felt grounded and solid, as if drawing strength from the earth. The chatter in her head did not vanish, but it grew distant, like wind she no longer identified with. When the master finally let her lift the bow again, she stepped forward with a new presence. The crowd remained. The pressure remained. But now she had an anchor. As fear appeared, she did not resist it. She kept awareness rooted in her center, following the slow rhythm of her breath. She drew the bow. Her arms softened. Her mind grew quiet. Her energy flowed from that deep, stable place. The arrow flew silent and true, landing perfectly in the center of the target. Ami's journey from head to hara is the journey we are all invited to take, especially when seeking rest. The anxiety, the endless what-ifs, the replaying of moments. This is the chaos of the leaves. We cannot think our way into peace. Trying to solve anxiety with more thought is like feeding a fire with oil. Zen wisdom offers another way. Shift where awareness lives. Drop attention out of the spinning mind and into the felt sense of the body, into this center of gravity. This center, the hara, holds deep stillness and strength. It is not an idea, but a direct physical experience. Resting attention here deepens the breath, calms the nervous system, and creates a sense of weight, stability, and connection to the earth. Thoughts may continue, but without fuel, they lose their power. When awareness unhooks from the storyline of worry and anchors in the simple physical truth of the body, thoughts lose their grip. They may still rustle, but you are no longer a leaf thrown around by them. You are the tree rooted, steady, and fully present. This shift from thinking into feeling is one of the most direct gateways to the deep calm that comes before sleep. To begin nurturing this connection to your center, try a simple grounding meditation now. As you lie here, if it feels comfortable, gently place one or both hands on your lower abdomen. This touch helps guide awareness. Begin breathing into this area. As you inhale, imagine the breath traveling beneath your hands, filling the belly like a soft balloon. As you exhale, feel the gentle drop and release. Do not force the breath. Simply invite it to deepen. Feel the warmth of your hands sinking inward. Notice the slow, rhythmic movement beneath them. Let this be the whole field of attention. Your mind will wander back into thought. When it does, notice without judgment. Acknowledge Acknowledge the thought, then patiently guide awareness back to the warmth and movement in your center. With every exhale, imagine sinking deeper into the mattress, heavier and more settled. Picture a small, warm, heavy sphere of golden light in your hara, an anchor of calm and stability. When worry or distraction appears, imagine it as a cloud passing high above. You are not the cloud. You are resting far below, rooted to the earth, grounded in the quiet, stable center of your being. Let this grounded feeling be your refuge tonight. There is nothing to solve or go toward. Rest at your core and allow the world to turn without you for a while. From this grounded place, we can meet the contents of the mind with more kindness. Often what keeps us awake is the voice of the inner judge. As the world quiets, this critic grows louder, replaying the day and highlighting every mistake or shortcoming. We lie in bed auditing ourselves, demanding a perfection we would never require of a friend. This harsh self-judgment is exhausting and creates inner conflict, the opposite of rest. Zen wisdom offers a potent remedy for this poison of perfectionism. It is the gentle teaching of wabi-sabi, the art of discovering beauty within imperfection. There is a story of a young potter named Kenji who was consumed by the need for perfection. He labored endlessly at his wheel, brow tight with focus, determined to craft the perfect tea bowl. To him, perfection meant flawless symmetry, an unbroken glaze, and perfect balance. Though skilled, his obsession tormented him. For every bowl he kept, he shattered hundreds. A slight wobble, a tiny glaze bubble, even a faint fingerprint was enough for him to destroy the peace and frustration. His workshop floor became a graveyard of impossible expectations. One day, the most honored tea master in the region announced he would pass through the village. The elders asked Kenji to craft a bowl worthy of the master. This was the chance he had waited for, the final proof of his skill. He plunged into his work with frantic intensity. For weeks he barely ate or slept. He shaped bowl after bowl, each more technically flawless than the last. Yet none felt alive. On the eve of the master's arrival, overwhelmed by despair, Kenji shattered his latest and most perfect bowl. He had nothing left, sitting among the broken shards, defeated. His eyes landed on a bowl he had discarded weeks earlier. It was simple and humble, made absent-mindedly at the end of a long day, deeply imperfect. One side rose higher than the other, and a dark crack ran through the glaze, once judged an unforgivable flaw. Now, in surrender, he saw it anew. He noticed the gentle curve of the uneven rim. He saw how the crack gave the bowl a past, a story. It felt honest. It felt alive. With no other choice, he humbly offered this imperfect bowl to the tea master. The next day, the master accepted it, turning it slowly in his hands, silent for a long while. His thumb traced the small crack. Kenji held his breath, expecting disgrace. Then the master looked up, eyes filled with appreciation. "This," he said softly, "is a bowl that understands tea. It understands life. It does not pretend to be what it is not. Its flaw tells the story of its journey through fire. It is beautiful." The master's words express the heart of wabi-sabi. This view finds beauty not in sterile perfection, but in the humble, authentic, and passing nature of life. A wabi-sabi heart sees beauty in a weathered stone, a twisted old tree, or a tea bowl with a crack. It knows these marks are not failures, but signs of existence, signatures of time. They testify to a life that has been lived. We are often like young Kenji, obsessed with appearing perfect. We try to present a flawless image of ourselves to the world. We hide our cracks, our vulnerabilities, our perceived defects. At night, our inner critic punishes us for every way we fall short of that impossible ideal. This creates a constant, quiet war within. Wabi-sabi invites us to lay down our arms. It is an act of deep self-acceptance. It is permission to be human. Your life, mind, and body will never be perfect. You will err. You will weaken. You will carry flaws and scars. Wisdom does not erase imperfection, but learns to hold it with tenderness, just as the tea master held the bowl. It means tracing our own cracks without judgment, with a compassionate touch. These marks tell our story. They make us real, give us character, and shape our beauty. To practice embracing imperfection at day's end, try a gentle reflection. Instead of a harsh review of failures, guide the mind toward compassion. Let a moment arise when you felt less than your best, perhaps impatience, a mistake, or an awkward exchange. Feel the familiar sting of self-judgment. Notice it without sinking into it. Now imagine you are the old tea master holding this moment gently. Look with wise, kind eyes. See the humanity within it. See the tired or stressed person beneath the mistake. Can you offer a drop of compassion? Instead of judgment, offer a quiet phrase of kindness. You may gently tell yourself, "It's okay to make mistakes," or "I did the best I could then," or simply, "I am human." Another practice is to picture that flaw, that inner crack, and instead of wishing it away, imagine the art of kintsugi, repairing broken pottery with gold. Visualize warm liquid gold, made of compassion, flowing into that crack. See it not as hiding the flaw, but illuminating it, honoring it, making it beautiful. Let this golden acceptance fill every place where you feel broken or not enough. This is not about excusing harmful actions. It is about ending the cycle of self-hatred that often feeds those actions. True growth can only arise from a base of self-acceptance. Tonight, release the need to be perfect. Offer yourself the same grace you offer others. You are the imperfect bowl, and you are beautiful because of your cracks. Let us pause here again for a moment. Take a slow, deep breath. Let the air fully fill your lungs, then release it with a gentle sigh. Feel your body sink deeper into the surface beneath you. Let go of the day. Let go of needing to be anywhere else. You are here in this quiet space, and that is enough. As we accept imperfection, we can turn toward a fundamental truth of existence. This truth, once embraced, dissolves much of our anxiety. It is the teaching of impermanence. The mind seeks solid ground in a world that is always changing. We cling to what we love, joyful moments, relationships, youth, health, wishing they would last forever. This clinging creates deep tension and a quiet fear of loss. At night, it appears as anxiety about the future. We worry that what feels stable now may be taken away. We even cling to pain and identity, afraid to release our stories. The Buddha's teaching on impermanence, anicca, is not pessimism. It is a freeing invitation to stop resisting life's natural flow. There is a story of a powerful king with vast wealth and Otho. Its glowing golden edges faded away. It slowly shrank, dissolving into a shapeless gray mist. The mist condensed, and at the bottom of the crystal chamber remained only a few pools of dull, muddy water. The king stared in shock. In trying to possess the cloud, he had destroyed the very beauty he wished to preserve. At that moment, a humble gardener tending the throne room plants spoke softly. "Your Majesty," he said, "a cloud can only be loved when it is free. Its beauty is not in its shape, but in its movement. The king's mistake is our own. We all try to capture the clouds of our experience and lock them away. We feel perfect happiness, a wonderful trip, deep closeness with someone we love, and the mind says, 'I want this to last. I don't want it to end.' This craving, this clinging, is where anxiety begins. It pulls us out of the moment and into fear about its passing. We stop enjoying the cloud and start worrying about the net. The wisdom of impermanence is the wisdom of the gardener. Peace and joy arise when we let life flow, loving the clouds without trying to own them. This teaching has two sides. When we are in pain or hardship, remembering impermanence brings comfort. This too will pass. The storm cloud of sadness or anger that feels overwhelming now is, by nature, temporary. It will change. It will dissolve. Knowing this helps us meet pain with patience and less fear. We don't need to fight it so fiercely. We can let it move through us as passing weather. The other side is even deeper. When joy is present, remembering impermanence lets us love it more fully. Instead of gripping it tightly, we relax and become truly present. We savor the preciousness of this moment. We appreciate this sunset, knowing it will never appear exactly the same again. Clinging turns into gratitude. We stop taking life for granted and see each moment as a unique, unrepeatable gift. To embody this wisdom, let your breath become your teacher. The breath perfectly expresses impermanence. It is always moving. Every inhalation is a birth, followed by a brief pause. Every exhalation is a death, a release that allows the next breath to arise. You cannot hold the breath. To try is to suffocate. Living means joining this endless rhythm of arising and passing away. As you lie here, bring gentle attention to this rhythm. Feel one full in-breath from beginning to end, then feel one full out-breath. Notice the subtle, constant change. There is nothing to grasp. Simply rest in the flow. This is the rhythm of the universe, happening within you now. You can extend this practice to the events of your day. As you breathe gently, let moments of the day drift through the mind. A conversation, a meal, frustration, ease. See each as a cloud passing through the sky of awareness. With the inhale, acknowledge the memory. With the exhale, practice letting it go. You are not erasing or pushing it away. You are simply recognizing that its time has ended. Let the exhale gently loosen your grip on the past. This helps with pleasant moments we cling to and painful moments we resist. With every exhale, you train the mind in the gentle art of release. You learn to become like the open sky, letting every cloud of experience pass without needing to hold even one. This is freedom. This is peace. This is the wisdom that lets you rest deeply, at ease with life's beautiful, ever-changing flow. As we accept the flowing, impermanent nature of experience, a subtler insight begins to appear. We often feel overwhelmed by our own minds. The flood of thoughts, memories, worries, and plans can feel dense and suffocating. Our thoughts seem solid, heavy, and intensely real. Most importantly, we experience them as me. We believe we are the thinker of thoughts, the voice inside the head. This belief can feel like being locked in a small room with a non-stop commentator. Zen practice invites us to question this idea and look for the space behind the noise, the silence that contains it. This is the doorway to the liberating wisdom of emptiness. There is a story of a young apprentice named Ren who wished to learn calligraphy from a great Zen master. Ren was taught to draw the enso, a circle made in one continuous brushstroke. In Zen, the enso symbolizes the universe, awakening, and the void. Ren practiced for months, growing frustrated. He focused only on the brush, the ink, the line. He tried to control every movement to form a perfect, closed black circle. His circles felt stiff, heavy, and lifeless, more like black cages than symbols of the universe. One day, the master watched him practice. He noticed the tension in Ren's shoulders, the tight grip, the intense fixation on ink. The master took a clean sheet of paper but did not pick up a brush. He simply sat, gazing at the wide, white surface. "Ren," he said, "you are trying to draw a circle. All your attention is on what you add the ink. You are ignoring what is already here." End quote. He gestured to the empty page. This is not nothing. It is not a void to be filled. It is a living space. The ink does not create the circle. It only reveals what is already possible. The circle exists as much in the paper within and around it as in the ink itself. The ink gives form, but emptiness gives life. Stop trying to paint an object and learn to feel the space. The space is not your enemy. It is your partner. Ren was confused, yet he trusted the master. He stopped practicing strokes and instead sat quietly with the empty paper for many days. He learned to sense the vast, silent potential within the white space. When he finally lifted the brush again, something had changed. He no longer tried to force a black line onto the page. With one deep, centered breath, he allowed the circle to emerge from silence. The stroke was fluid, effortless, and alive. For the first time, the circle was not a cage, but a window into a vast, open universe. The apprentice's discovery is a powerful metaphor for meditation and inner peace. Our thoughts, emotions, and worries are the ink strokes. We are usually completely identified with them. We believe these thoughts are solid and real, defining who we are. Their constant movement makes us feel crowded and confined. The wisdom of shunyata, or emptiness, is the master's guidance to feel the space itself. Emptiness here does not mean nothingness. It means thoughts and feelings lack a fixed, independent existence. They are like ink on a page. They cannot exist without the paper. The quiet, spacious awareness where they appear. This awareness is like the blank page always present, silent, vast, and calm beneath every thought. It is never disturbed by what passes through the mind, just as paper is not harmed by ink. Peace does not come from erasing thoughts. Peace comes from shifting attention from the ink of thinking to the open page of awareness. When we see we are not thoughts but the space they arise in, a deep freedom appears. We are no longer trapped inside the dark circle of worry. We are the whole page, holding everything with quiet ease. To taste this, practice moving attention from mental content to the context that holds it. This is subtle, yet powerful. Begin by noticing sounds around you, perhaps a fan, a distant car, or your own breathing. These sounds are like ink strokes. Now listen not only to sound, but to the silence from which sound emerges. Can you sense the wide field of quiet, allowing these sounds to be heard? That silence is always present. You do not create it. You simply notice it. Now turn this listening inward. Notice thoughts as inner sounds or images. They are the content. Can you sense the silence behind the thoughts? When one thought ends and another begins, there is a small gap of pure stillness. Can you notice that gap, even briefly? This is not about stopping thought or stretching the gap. It is about becoming more interested in space than in what fills it. You may ask gently, what is aware of this thought? Do not seek words. Feel the silent knowing that exists before, during, and after the thought. This presence is your true nature, open, peaceful, and free. By shifting identity from thoughts to awareness, you find a peace not dependent on silence. You discover the freedom of the empty page, vast enough to hold everything. This space is not empty in a cold way, but full of infinite possibility. It holds thoughts and worries, and also warmth, kindness, and connection. Suffering often makes us feel small and alone. We shrink into the narrow world of our problems, hearts closing to protect themselves. At night, this sense of separation can feel especially strong. Buddhist wisdom teaches that true healing comes through cultivating compassion for ourselves and for all beings. It is recognizing our deep interconnection. Knowing an open heart is a peaceful heart. There is a story of a monk named Deva who lived in a monastery on a cliff above a wide river. Deva was disciplined and brilliant, knowing scripture deeply. His meditation was sharp, yet his heart had grown hard, like stone. He looked down on the villagers by the river, seeing their struggles and attachments as proof of spiritual immaturity. He felt separate, above them, believing awakening meant rising beyond the world's messiness. One year, a harsh drought arrived. The rains failed, and the great river began to shrink. Day by day, it pulled back, exposing wide fields of cracked mud. The whole valley suffered. From his high place, Deva watched people struggle and animals grow thin. He felt a cool detachment. This is suffering's nature, he thought. It has nothing to do with me. One afternoon, walking the exposed riverbed, he found a small, isolated pool of muddy water. Inside it, a tiny fish flapped weakly, trapped and fading. His first thought was philosophical distance. This is its karma. This is impermanence. He turned to leave, then paused. He saw the fish gasping, coated in mud, its life slowly slipping away. For the first time, he did not see a separate fate, disconnected from his own. A sharp ache appeared in his chest, mirroring the fish's struggle to breathe. He felt its thirst. He felt its fear. He recognized his own search for peace in this creature's fight for life. The stone wall around his heart cracked open. Without hesitation, he stepped into the mud, gently lifted the fish, and carried it downstream. He released it where the main current still flowed, into deeper water. Watching the fish swim away, something shifted within him. He realized the river was not only water in a valley, it was the flow of life connecting him to fish, villagers, and all beings. Their suffering was not separate from his own. It was shared. He returned to the monastery no longer above the world, but compassionately within it. From that day, his meditation changed. It became a warm, expansive practice of holding all life in his heart. Diva's awakening by the river reveals the essence of compassion, karuna. It is the moment we stop observing suffering from a distance and allow ourselves to feel it. Compassion is not pity that looks down from above. It is empathy, the ability to feel with another and recognize shared vulnerability. It is the sincere wish for all beings to be free from suffering. This state of heart is paired with metta, loving kindness. Metta is the wish for all beings to be happy and well. Together, they are the two wings of awakening. Wisdom is one wing, but without compassion, we cannot fly. This practice directly softens fear, anger, judgment, and loneliness. A judging heart is tense and contracted. A heart radiating kindness is open, relaxed, and soft. This practice must begin with ourselves. We cannot draw water from a dry well. Many find it easier to feel compassion for others than for themselves. We meet our own pain and anxiety with harshness and impatience. Self-compassion is the radical act of turning warmth inward. It is learning to hold our suffering with the tenderness we offer a loved one. When we become a true friend to ourselves, anxious isolation begins to fade. In its place, a deep and steady peace can grow. To begin nurturing compassion within your own heart, you can practice a simple loving kindness meditation as you prepare for sleep. This practice is not about forcing emotion, but gently setting an intention. The sincerity of the wish is what matters. Find a comfortable position and, if it feels natural, rest one hand over the center of your chest. This physical gesture can remind you of tenderness. Begin by offering kindness to yourself. Silently and slowly repeat these phrases, letting them be a soft wish, a quiet prayer. May I be safe. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. As you repeat them, allow whatever feelings arise to be present. If resistance or unworthiness appears, notice that gently as well. You are simply planting seeds in the soil of your heart. Continue for a few minutes, offering unconditional goodwill to yourself. Then bring to mind someone you love easily, a friend, family member, or pet. Picture them clearly and begin directing the phrases toward them. May you be safe. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you live with ease. Feel the warmth in your heart and let the words ride on that warmth. If you feel able, gently widen the circle. Bring to mind a neutral person, perhaps a neighbor or coworker. Offer them the same wishes. Then include the people in your home, your city, your country. Finally, extend these wishes to all beings everywhere, without exception. May all beings be safe. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings live with ease. This practice gently softens the walls we build around our hearts. It reconnects us with our shared humanity and shared longing for peace. It offers a gentle way to fall asleep, wrapped not in worry, but in the warmth of an open heart. Pause here for a moment. Feel the quiet presence in the center of your chest. Let the breath soften. Allow the heart to feel open, spacious, and at ease. You are held within a vast web of kindness. You are not alone. With the heart open, we can meet the mind with new possibility. Often the inner world feels like a wild landscape, a jungle of thoughts and emotions. We feel at the mercy of whatever mood or worry appears. Especially in the quiet of night, this sense of helplessness feeds anxiety, yet the Buddha taught a different view. We are not victims of the mind, we are its gardeners. We cannot control the weather or every seed blown in by the wind, but we can cultivate the soil, nourish what we wish to grow, and gently remove choking weeds. This is the practice of cultivating skillful states of mind. The mind is our garden. Unskillful states, what the Buddha called Akusala, are the thorny weeds. These include anger, resentment, jealousy, greed, and anxiety. They are unskillful not because they are evil, but because they create suffering. They form a painful inner terrain. Skillful states, kusala, are the flowers and fruit trees. These include kindness, compassion, generosity, patience, gratitude, and calm. They are skillful because they lead to peace, happiness, and well-being. Like the young gardener, we may feel our minds are overrun with weeds of fear and worry. We believe we are locked in an endless, exhausting battle with them. The wisdom of the gardener shows another way. We learn to recognize weeds and flowers within our own minds. Our practice becomes twofold. We gently and patiently withdraw attention from the weeds. A worry about the future is a thorny weed. When it appears, instead of feeding it with attention, we acknowledge it and turn elsewhere. This is like pulling the weed. It is not aggression, but a calm and firm act of non-engagement. Even more importantly, we must actively nourish the flowers. We need to deliberately cultivate skillful states of mind. Gratitude and kindness rarely appear by accident. We create the conditions for them to grow. This teaching is deeply hopeful and empowering. It reminds us that our inner life is not random. Its quality reflects what we choose to cultivate. To practice being a wise gardener as you rest, use a simple two-step process. Step 1 is gently pulling a weed. Notice if a persistent, troubling thought is active right now. It may be a work worry or a lingering resentment. See this thought clearly as a thorny weed creating suffering. You do not need to fight or hate it. Simply recognize it for what it is. Then choose not to water it by withdrawing attention from its story. You can say, "This path is not helpful for my mind right now. I will not follow it." You may need to repeat this many times. Just like pulling weeds again and again, be patient and gentle with yourself. The second and more important step is watering a flower. Consciously bring to mind something that reflects a skillful state. Gratitude is the easiest and most powerful place to start. Scan your day for one small thing you genuinely appreciate. It need not be big or dramatic. It might be morning coffee, a kind word, sunlight on your skin, or the comfort of this bed. Hold this memory gently in awareness. Do not just think about it. Feel gratitude in the body, sense warmth in the chest, or softness in the face. Water this seed with full attention for a minute or two. This does more than distract from worry. It reshapes the inner environment of the mind. It shifts you from anxiety and lack into sufficiency and calm. It creates fertile soil where restful sleep can grow. You are the gardener. You have the wisdom and ability to cultivate deep peace within. Our journey from observing the mind to nurturing the heart leads to a vital sanctuary of peace. Much inner turmoil arises from one simple truth. We are rarely fully present. The mind lives either in the past or the future. We revisit the past, replaying words, tending old wounds, or reliving regret. Or we rush into the future, rehearsing problems and imagining what may go wrong. We are almost never fully here, where life actually unfolds. This mental time travel feeds much of our anxiety. Zen offers a simple and profound refuge. When we truly arrive in the present, it becomes a gateless gate to peace. There is a Zen story of a man who searched his whole life for the gate of tranquility. Ancient texts said beyond it lay a kingdom without suffering or fear, only perfect, unshakable peace. The search became his obsession. He studied maps, questioned sages, and traveled the world. He climbed mountains, crossed deserts, and sailed stormy seas. He imagined a jade gate adorned with gold between towering peaks. Years became decades, and he grew old and tired. His hope slowly faded. One day, he reached a small hut on a remote mountainside. A wise old hermit lived there. The traveler told his story. Bent with age and disappointment, "I have searched my entire life for the gate of tranquility," he said. "Please tell me where it is before I die." "Yes, in Grand." The hermit looked at him with compassion and gestured for him to sit. He prepared tea with slow, mindful care and offered a cup. "What do you feel in your hands?" the hermit asked softly. The traveler focused and replied, "I feel the warmth of the cup." "Good," said the hermit. "And what do you hear?" The traveler listened. "Wind in the trees, my breath, the steam rising." "And what does the steam look like as it moves?" the hermit asked. The traveler watched, absorbed by its shifting forms, feeling warmth, hearing wind, watching steam. His restless mind grew still. A peace he had never known filled him. He looked up, understanding dawning in his eyes. The hermit smiled knowingly. "You searched the world for a gate," he said, "but tranquility has no gate. It is always here. The warmth in your hands is the gate. The sound of wind is the gate. This very breath you take is the gate. You passed through it countless times but never noticed. Your mind was always chasing the next mountain. The traveler's story is our own. We keep searching for peace somewhere in the future. We often believe peace will come later, after money worries ease, relationships heal, goals are reached, or sleep finally arrives. We treat tranquility like a destination we must travel toward. Zen's most radical teaching says peace is not a destination at all. It is the starting point. It is the natural state of this moment, when it is not obscured by thoughts of past or future. The gateless gate is a classic Zen paradox. To enter it, we realize we have always been inside. What blocks peace is only the belief that it exists somewhere else. The thinking mind acts like a map maker, always plotting a route away from now. Yet every map leads away from the treasure. The treasure is always right here beneath our feet. When we release our stories, striving, and frantic searching, and simply arrive in the raw sensory truth of this moment, the gate disappears, and we realize we are already home. This is not complex or mystical. It is the simplest experience there is. It is the feeling of your breath moving in the body. It is the blanket resting on your skin. It is the quiet hum of the room. This is reality. And within this simple reality, free of mental knots, there is deep peace. To practice stepping through the gateless gate, use your senses as anchors. This gently draws attention out of thought and into the living present. As you lie here, begin by opening awareness to hearing. Simply listen. What sounds are present? Do not strain or search. Let sounds arrive naturally. You may hear your breath. You may hear a soft hum, or you may hear only silence. Whatever appears, receive it without judgment. Let awareness be a wide open space where sounds arise and fade. Now shift awareness to touch. What sensations can you feel? Notice where your body meets the bed. Feel the weight of the blankets. Sense the air on your skin, your face, your hands. Notice inner sensations of warmth, coolness, or tingling. Rest attention in pure sensation without naming or analyzing it. Simply feel. Next, bring awareness to the sense of smell. Without moving, notice if any subtle scent is present, perhaps clean fabric or the faint night air. It does not matter whether a scent appears or not. The practice is openness to this moment through the senses. When the mind wanders to yesterday or tomorrow, see it as the traveler returning to his map. Smile gently at this habit, then kindly and firmly guide attention back to the breath, back to the blanket, back to the undeniable reality of now. This is the only gate you need, and it is always open. Welcome home. As we rest in this open present moment, we begin to notice patterns in the mind more clearly. Certain thoughts and feelings repeat like familiar melodies. We may feel trapped by these habits, as if ruled by an unseen inner force, shaping our moods and fears. This sense of being stuck is a deep source of suffering. The Buddha's wisdom offers a freeing view. It is the teaching of karma. It shows we are not passive victims of the mind, but active participants in shaping our inner world. There is an old teaching story of a young boy wandering high mountains, who found himself in a vast circular valley surrounded by towering cliffs. He had never been in that place before. As fear and loneliness surged through him, he cried out, "I hate you." Instantly, from every surrounding cliff, a voice echoed back, "I hate you." The boy froze in shock, then felt anger rise. He imagined another cruel boy hiding in the rocks, mocking him. He clenched his fists and shouted, "You are a coward." From all around the valley came the reply, "You are a coward." The angrier he became, the more insults he hurled into the valley, and the valley threw those same insults straight back at him. At last, shaking with fear and tears, he ran down the mountain to his home. He told his mother that a terrible, angry boy lived in the valley and screamed hateful words at him. His mother, a wise woman, immediately understood. She looked at her son and smiled gently. "That is the valley of the echo," she said. "The valley has no anger of its own. It only receives what is given and sends it back. The anger you heard was your own. Go back tomorrow," she continued, "and shout something different. I want you to shout, 'I love you.'" The boy doubted her words, but he trusted her wisdom. The next day, he returned to the valley. Taking a deep breath, he called out, "I love you." End quote. Is Ferned laughed of mentor. From every direction, countless voices answered, "I love you." Wonder and joy flooded his heart. He had discovered the valley's secret. He realized he was not the victim of the voice. He was its source. This story perfectly illustrates the law of karma. Karma is one of the most misunderstood teachings of the East. It is not cosmic reward or punishment ruled by an external judge. It is simply the natural law of cause and effect. As simple and impersonal as an echo, the valley represents your mind. The words you shout are your intentions, thoughts, and actions. The echo is the quality of the experience that returns to you. The Buddha taught that intention is the heart of karma. It is the will behind an action that plants the seed. When we shout anger, fear, resentment, or self-pity into the mind learns to echo those same qualities back. Repeated thoughts carve habits and neural pathways. They make the same reactions arise more easily over time. We become trapped inside a chamber of our own echoes, and we wonder why our inner world feels so hostile. This is not punishment. It is simply how the mind works. The most empowering part of this teaching is this: it is never too late to change the echo. In any moment, no matter the past, we can shout something new. We can choose a thought of kindness. We can choose gratitude or patience. At first, the old echoes may drown it out, but with persistence and care, the resonance shifts, the painful echoes weaken, and the wholesome ones grow stronger. We are not victims of our mental habits. We are their architects. To work skillfully with karma as you prepare for sleep, practice becoming the conscious creator of your inner echo. The first step is mindful listening. When a familiar loop of worry or self-criticism appears, your task is not to fight it. Fighting the echo only creates more noise. Your task is to recognize it for what it truly is: an old pattern, an old shout from the past returning again. You can say softly, "Ah, this is the echo of worry. I recognize this sound." This simple recognition opens a space of awareness. You are no longer lost inside the echo itself. You become the one who is hearing it. The second step is to consciously introduce a new sound. This is not about arguing with the echo or pushing it away. It is about gently and intentionally adding a wiser intention. If the echo is worry, the new shout might be a silent phrase of trust, such as, "In this moment, all is well." Or you might say, "I can handle whatever comes." If the echo is self-criticism, the new sound is self-compassion. You can place a hand on your heart and whisper, "May I be kind to myself." If the echo is resentment toward another, the new sound can be a wish for their peace. This practice is not about denying what you feel. It is a deep act of mental hygiene. It is the recognition that you have a choice. You can keep shouting the same painful words into the valley, or you can choose words that create echoes of peace, freedom, and well-being. Tonight, you can become the source of a new echo. Plant the seeds of a peaceful tomorrow by offering a gentle, loving intention now. Let us pause here for just a moment. Feel the quality of this present moment. It is fresh and new, not burdened by the echoes of the past. Take a breath into this freshness. As you exhale, release old stories. You are here, and you are free to begin again. As we sense our power to shape the inner world, we arrive at another deep layer of Zen wisdom. We begin to see that not only intentions create echoes, but our perceptions themselves shape our reality. The fears that keep us awake can feel extremely solid, like dangerous creatures hiding in the dark corners of the room. Anxiety can feel like a real threat to survival. We assume our feelings are accurate reports of reality. Zen teachings invite us to look closer. What we experience is not the world itself, but an image painted by the brush of our own mind. And if we are the painter, then we hold far more power than we realize. There is a story of a remote village terrorized by a legendary tiger. The tiger was said to live deep in the nearby mountains. No one had ever seen it, yet everyone believed it was real. This fear was fueled by a painting in the village temple. It had been painted centuries earlier by a Zen master famed for realism. The image showed a powerful tiger emerging from bamboo. Its eyes seemed alive, its muscles ready to leap. The painting was so vivid it awakened primal fear. A villager named Kuji suffered from this fear more than anyone. The image followed him day and night. When he tried to sleep, the sound of wind in bamboo became the tiger. He imagined its scent, its presence near his home. Fear froze him, leaving him without peace. At last, in desperation, he went to the temple to see the Zen master. "Master," he said, trembling, "I cannot live like this. The tiger in the painting haunts me. I know it is real. I can feel it. If you acceptably think style, I fear it will leap from the scroll and destroy my family." The master listened with deep compassion. He did not dismiss the fear or call it foolish. He knew that for Kuji, the tiger was real. The master opened a cabinet and took out a fine brush and ink. He placed them gently in Kuji's hands. "You are right to be afraid," the master said calmly. "The tiger is powerful, but you have forgotten one very important thing. You have forgotten who holds the brush." He gestured toward the painting. The same mind that painted the tiger is the mind now terrified by it. The power that created the threat also holds the power to create safety. Go home. Tonight, when the tiger feels most real and fear is strongest, take this brush, dip it in ink, and paint a strong cage around the tiger. Kuji was confused, yet desperate enough to try anything. He returned home and waited in fear. As night arrived, the fear intensified. He heard a low growl that seemed to rise from the scroll itself. His heart raced. But then he remembered the master's words. Shaking, he lit a candle, took the brush, and stepped toward the painting. He met the fierce eyes of the tiger. Gathering courage, he painted the first dark bar of the cage, then another, and another. When he painted the final bar and closed the cage, a deep silence settled over the room. The threatening presence vanished. The tiger remained, still powerful and magnificent, but it was no longer dangerous. It was contained. A great wave of relief washed through Kuji. He understood the master's teaching. Fear was created by the mind, and the mind also carried the tools of its own freedom. This story reveals one of Buddhism's deepest teachings. Our experience of reality is shaped by the mind. This does not mean the outer world is unreal. It means our suffering or peace does not arise from events themselves, but from the interpretation, the story, the painting the mind creates. The tiger of anxiety, fear of failure, or worry about the future is a painting of the mind. It may be convincing and trigger real stress in the body, but it is still a product of thought. When lost in fear, we are like Kuji, believing the tiger is separate and real. The practice is remembering that we are also the painter. We hold the brush of awareness. We hold the ink of wisdom. We can stop being passive victims of mental creations and become active participants in how experience is framed. We can paint a cage. The cage is not suppression or denial. It is wisdom and context. It draws a boundary between a feeling and ultimate truth. It creates space for fear to exist without ruling us. To practice caging your own tigers of anxiety, use a simple 3-step process when strong fear appears. The first step is to acknowledge the tiger. Do not fight the feeling or deny it. Turn toward it with awareness and name it. This is fear. This is anxiety in my body. It feels intense and powerful right now. Acknowledging it removes the extra resistance that creates so much inner tension. The second step is to remember the painter. Gently remind yourself this strong feeling is being generated by a thought, a story, a mental image. You can say, "My mind is painting the future right now," or This is a thought story, not present moment reality. This reminder creates a vital space of separation. You are not the tiger. You are the awareness, noticing the tiger. The third step is to paint the cage. The cage can take many forms. It may be impermanence. Remembering this feeling will pass. It may be self-compassion, allowing kindness toward yourself. Or it may be perspective, asking what is truly happening right now, outside the fearful story. By applying these frames of wisdom, you are not trying to destroy the tiger. You are placing it where it no longer rules your inner world. Wisdom becomes the container, and within that container, safety and peace are possible, even while the tiger remains in view. As we learn, we are both the source of the echo and the painter of the tiger. We may still feel a deep loneliness. Night can seem vast and empty, and we can feel like a small, isolated self, drifting alone in the dark with our fears. The final wisdom we explore here is the true antidote to this sense of separation. It is the beautiful and profound vision of interconnectedness. The realization that feeling like a separate, isolated self is the greatest illusion of all. In the ancient scriptures, there is a poetic image of the universe, known as Indra's jeweled net. Imagine an immense cosmic net stretching infinitely in every direction. Its threads shimmer with light, and at each crossing point rests a perfect, multifaceted jewel. Every jewel is clear and radiant, reflecting the light of all the others. If you look closely into any single jewel, you would see every other jewel reflected within it. And within each of those reflections, all the other jewels appear again, endlessly. Each single jewel contains the entire net, and the whole net exists within each jewel. No part exists apart from the whole. Each jewel exists only in relationship to all others. Indra's jeweled net is a powerful metaphor for our reality. Each of us, each being, each object, each thought and moment is one of these jewels. We may appear separate and distinct, just as each jewel has its own place in the net, but this sense of separation is only surface deep. In truth, we are completely interconnected. We are formed by and sustained by the universe itself. Your in-breath is possible only because of oxygen, created by trees and ocean plankton. The water in your body was once cloud, river, and sea. The thoughts you think, and the language shaping them, come from countless generations before you. Philosophers, poets, ancestors, ordinary people. The food that nourishes you carries the energy of the sun and the minerals of the earth. When we look deeply, nothing in us is truly separate. The feeling of being a lonely, isolated ego is a trick of the mind, a distortion of perception. The truth is that we are held in a vast, intricate web of life. We are never truly alone. This understanding is the foundation of compassion. When we see others as reflections of ourselves, harming another becomes harming ourselves. Their joy echoes in us, and our peace echoes in them. This vision dissolves existential loneliness and replaces it with a warm sense of belonging to a vast, shimmering whole. To feel this truth directly, you can practice a meditation of deep looking. As you lie here, bring awareness to your body resting in the bed. Begin with the breath. Feel the air entering your nostrils. Know this is not your air. It is the shared atmosphere of the planet. These molecules may have been part of a tree or the breath of someone you love. With each breath, you are in silent communion with all life. Now feel your body. See that it is not a solid, separate thing. It is made entirely of non-body elements: food, water, sunlight, earth. It is a temporary, miraculous gathering of the universe's elements. Your parents and ancestors live within your genetic code. See your body not as a fortress, but as a meeting place of the cosmos. Now let your mind rest on someone you care about. Feel your connection to them. See that the love you feel is a thread connecting your jewel to theirs, a real thread even across distance. Now expand this vision further. Imagine all the people sleeping in your town, in your country, across the world, each one a jewel, breathing the same air, formed from the same earth, dreaming their own dreams. Visualize yourself as a single, radiant jewel. Within this vast, infinite, beautiful net of being, you are held. You are supported by countless shining threads. Your light reflects all other lights, and their light reflects yours. Rest in this sense of belonging. You are not a lonely fragment. You are an essential, luminous, inseparable part of the miraculous web of existence. Having returned to the simple, undeniable reality of the present moment, we can now take one final liberating step. We begin to gently loosen our grip on the heaviest burden we carry, the story of me. I am. All night long, the mind circles around this character called me. We worry about its safety. We defend its image. We regret its past. We fear its future. This endless task of building, protecting, and polishing a self becomes a full-time occupation, and it is deeply exhausting. Zen wisdom offers a rare gift, the permission to rest from this job, at least for tonight, by seeing that the self we guard so carefully is not as solid or as real as it appears. There is a story of a great actor, famous throughout the land for his powerful portrayal of a king. He played the role for so many years, receiving endless praise and applause, that something strange began to occur. He slowly forgot he was acting. He began to believe he truly was the king. He wore his heavy velvet robes and golden crown even off stage. He spoke to family and friends in a commanding royal voice. He worried constantly about his kingdom, which was only a painted stage set. His life grew miserable. The crown caused headaches. The robes were hot and restrictive. The effort of always appearing royal became an unbearable strain. He was no longer free. He was imprisoned by his own identity. One afternoon, walking through a village, dressed in full costume, he noticed a young child staring at him. The child ran up, tugged at his velvet sleeve, and asked with honest curiosity, "Mister, why are you wearing such strange clothes? And why do you look so sad?" The innocent question pierced his delusion like a beam of light. He looked down at the heavy costume. He felt the weight of the false crown, and suddenly he laughed. It was a laugh of deep relief. He was not the king. He was simply an actor. He had a real name, a home, and a family. The kingdom's troubles were not his burden. The duty to be royal was not his. This realization did not diminish him. It set him free. That evening, for the first time in years, he removed the crown and robes, shared a simple meal with loved ones, and felt a lightness he had forgotten. This story is a powerful parable for the Buddhist teaching of anatta, the truth of not self. Like the actor, we identify deeply with our roles: parent, professional, child, friend, and with subtler identities as well. The anxious one, the successful one, the one who is never enough. We mistake these roles, these costumes, for who we truly are. This constructed identity, this story of me, is what Buddhism calls the ego. Carrying and defending it is an immense burden. We constantly worry how it appears, and at night, when the world is quiet, we feel threatened whenever this story is questioned. This can appear as endless self-review or a deep anxiety about who we are becoming. The teaching of not self is like the child's honest question. It invites us to look directly at experience and ask, who am I beneath this costume? When we look closely, the solid self dissolves into changing processes, body, sensations, thoughts, and memories. There is no permanent king in the castle. This realization is true liberation. If you are not your story, you are not fixed by past mistakes. If you are not your anxiety, you are not sentenced to endless worry. These are only roles, costumes you have been wearing. And just for tonight, you can take them off. You can step away from the tiring project of being you and rest as the quiet, open awareness that remains when roles are set aside. To practice this gentle unburdening, investigate the story of you as you lie here. Begin by noticing the identities you carry. You might think, tonight I am wearing the costume of someone worried about work, or I am wearing the costume of someone feeling unwell. Jos 2. See these as temporary roles, not final truths. Acknowledge them with kindness. Then, In your mind's eye, perform a simple freeing ritual. Imagine gently removing each costume, unbutton the heavy armor of the fighter, and let it fall away. Lift off the tight helmet of the planner and set it down. Release the need to be a certain way, just for tonight. As each costume is set aside, ask quietly, what remains? There is no need for answers. Simply rest in what is left. Perhaps simple presence, quiet awareness, or a sense of spacious ease. This aware presence is closer to your true nature than any story about yourself. For this time of rest, you do not need to be anyone. You do not need to fix or defend your life story. You can let it all pause. You are the actor, not the king. The play can wait until morning. Here in the dark, you are free simply to be. As the self loosens, we arrive at the final doorway to deep peace. This doorway supports all the others. It is the last graceful letting go. It is the wisdom of surrender. In a world devoted to control and effort, surrender may sound like weakness, but in Zen, it is strength, trust, and clarity. It is knowing that life's deepest gifts, sleep, love, and peace, cannot be forced. They are received only when we open our hands and release control. Imagine someone who has never entered water, standing beside a calm lake. They want to learn to float, to be held by the water. A teacher stands nearby. As the person steps in, fear rises. Every muscle tightens. Instinct says, fight. They kick, paddle, and strain. The result is sinking. The more they struggle, the faster they go under. Exhausted, they look to the teacher. The teacher offers no complex method, only these words. Stop trying. The struggle is sinking you. The water already knows how to hold you. You must trust it. Lie back, breathe, and let go. Let the water work. This advice feels terrifying. It defies every instinct. Yet, worn out, and with no options left, the person tries. They breathe gently, lie back, and for one uncertain moment, release all effort. They soften the tension in the neck, the shoulders, the arms, and legs, and then something wonderful occurs. The water supports them. They are floating. They realize floating is not an action at all. It happens naturally when doing stops. It is a perfect balance between body and water, and this balance only appears through full trust and surrender. Our relationship with sleep is exactly the same as with water. Anxiety, worry, and racing thoughts are like frantic splashing. They are states of tension and resistance. We try to force ourselves to sleep. We strain to keep our heads above the darkness, fearing that letting go means drowning. Every practice we explored tonight, from watching thoughts to opening the heart, teaches us how to stop struggling. They loosen our tight grip, so we can feel that we are already held. Sleep, like water, is a natural element with its own wisdom. It knows how to support us, how to heal and restore us. Our only task is to stop getting in the way, to stop fighting, and allow ourselves to be carried. This is the deepest act of trust. It is trust in the body's intelligence, which knows when and how to rest. It is trust in life's rhythm, the cycle of day and night, effort and rest. It is releasing the ego's belief that it must control everything, even the act of falling asleep. Surrender is not quitting. It is handing ourselves over to a wisdom greater than anxious thought. To practice this final surrender, let our journey reach its natural end. There are no more instructions, no techniques left to master. The time for doing is finished. The time for being has arrived. As you lie here, feel your body's weight. Notice how it is already supported beneath you. The bed is like the water. It holds you completely. You do not need to hold yourself. Gently give your body permission to release. With the next exhale, let the weight of your head and neck sink into the pillow. Allow them to be heavy. With the next breath out, release your shoulders and arms. Let them become loose and limp. Exhale and soften your torso, your back and hips. Feel yourself sinking and settling. And with a long final exhale, release your legs and feet. Your whole body becomes heavy, soft, and deeply at rest. Now release control of the breath. You do not need to guide it. Your body already knows how to breathe. Let the breath breathe itself. And finally, release the mind. Let go of observing. Let go of naming thoughts. Release all methods and effort. Let go of needing to do it right. Trust that you have done enough. The seeds have been planted. Now allow the garden to grow on its own. Rest in the wide, quiet darkness and trust. Trust the night. Trust the silence. Trust your body's capacity to heal and rest. You are the swimmer who has stopped fighting. Let the gentle lake of night carry you, rock you, and drift you effortlessly into sleep. Our journey through these gentle teachings now ends quietly. We have traveled together, from the restless shore of thought to the still deep waters of the heart. We have seen that the struggle is not with the world, but with our resistance to its changing flow. Beneath passing thoughts and worries, the open sky of awareness remains calm and untouched. We have learned to tend the garden of the mind, to honor imperfection, and to set down the heavy costume of fixed identity. We have arrived at the gateless gate of now, seeing that peace is not far away, but found through simple surrender. Remember, this path is not about adding something new. It is about releasing what hides the peace already here. You are not building a wall of calm. You are clearing old debris and habits, allowing your natural quiet source to flow freely once again. Imagine yourself as a tired traveler after a long, demanding road. A heavy pack still resting on your shoulders. At last, you have arrived home. This bed, this room, this very moment, this is your home. Today's journey is finished. You can gently set down the heavy pack, the pack filled with worries, plans, regrets, and responsibilities. You may leave it by the door. It will still be there in the morning if you need it. But tonight, you are free from its weight. There is no final test to pass, no review of how much you understood or remembered. The only thing left is to rest in this refuge you have reached. Let this be a moment of deep trust. Trust the seeds planted in the garden of your mind tonight. Trust that even one mindful moment, one kind thought, one breath of surrender has already begun its quiet work. Above all, trust the deep, natural wisdom of your body. Your body knows how to heal. It knows how to rest. It knows how to sleep. All it asks for is a mind willing to grow quiet, safe enough to let go. Every practice we shared has served this single purpose: to create inner safety, a gentle ceasefire in the mind's inner conflict, so the body may finally receive permission to enter the deep, restoring peace it needs and deserves. The work is done. All that remains is to receive the gift of rest. Let us now close our journey with an old Zen story. This is the story of the salt and the lake. In a quiet monastery among rolling hills, lived an elderly master known for patience and wisdom. Among his students was a young apprentice, whose heart had grown heavy with complaints about life. Each morning he arrived with new grievances. "Master, why is life so difficult? Yesterday noise disturbed my meditation. Today my back aches from the hard floor. In this wells, when will this suffering end?" His voice carried the weight of someone who had counted every discomfort until it felt unbearable. The master listened with endless patience, but over time he saw that words were not enough. One cool morning, as sunlight filled the hall, the master made an unusual request. "My dear student," he said softly, "please go to the kitchen and bring me some salt. Just a handful will do." The apprentice, confused but obedient, complied. He returned with coarse white crystals cupped in his hands. The master then produced a small glass of water. "Put all the salt into this glass and drink it," he instructed. The apprentice hesitated. "Master, that seems like far too much salt for so little water." "Trust the process," the master replied calmly. "Drink." The student poured the salt in, watching it dissolve into a cloudy mixture. He drank and immediately grimaced at the sharp bitterness. "How does it taste?" asked the master. "Bitter," the apprentice said, spitting slightly. "Overwhelmingly bitter. Almost unbearable." The master laughed gently. "Good. Now bring the same amount of salt and come with me." They walked in quiet reflection until they reached a clear mountain lake. Its surface reflected the sky so perfectly, it was hard to see where earth ended and heaven began. "Now," the master said, "place the salt into the lake." End quote. The apprentice stepped into the shallow water and opened his hands. The salt scattered and vanished without a trace. "Drink from the lake," the master said. The student cupped the water and drank. The water tasted fresh and pure. "How does it taste?" asked the master. "Much fresher," the apprentice replied. "Clean and clear. Do you taste the salt?" the master asked gently. The student paused, then answered slowly, "No, I don't taste any salt at all." "It ever grow." The master sat beside him on a smooth stone. He took the young man's hands with deep tenderness. "My dear student," the master said, "the pain of life is like salt. No more, no less. The bitterness we experience depends entirely on the container we place it in." The apprentice listened, something opening inside him. "When pain appears," the master continued, "the only thing you truly control is your response." End quote. You may choose to be a small glass where every grain of salt overwhelms the senses, or you may widen your being and become like this vast lake where the same salt dissolves into something far greater. The master paused and said gently, "Stop being a glass, my friend. Become a lake." The Buddha once taught, pain is unavoidable. Suffering is optional. This simple truth reveals the heart of meeting difficulty. We cannot remove all challenges from human life, but we hold great power in how pain shapes us. This story points toward a deeper insight into consciousness. Awareness is not fixed or limited in size. It can shrink into the narrow space of a glass, where each hardship feels immense and consuming. Or it can expand into the openness of a lake, where the same hardships remain, but feel bearable. Why do we so often choose the glass over the lake? First, there is pain, myopia, the habit of focusing so tightly on discomfort that it fills the entire field of awareness. Second, there is story multiplication, turning one painful event into long stories about injustice, blame, and unfair fate. Third, there is the comparing mind, measuring our pain against imagined standards of how life should be. The lake perspective does not deny real pain or suggest passive resignation. It offers a wiser way of relating to difficulty without adding unnecessary suffering. From expanded awareness, we respond to problems more creatively because we are no longer overwhelmed. Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh taught, "Thanks to impermanence, everything is possible." From the lake view, we remember that all things arise and fade within the vast space of awareness. Today's crisis becomes tomorrow's memory. We become lakes through practices that naturally widen awareness. Meditation trains us to rest in open presence. Gratitude reveals experiences beyond immediate pain. Service reminds us that our suffering belongs to the shared human story. Tonight, as you reflect on your challenges, can you feel the difference between glass awareness and lake awareness? What might it feel like to let awareness widen, holding difficulty within a larger context? As the Buddha taught, if you wish to know your mind, observe it. Gamond, when the mind is clear, happiness follows. This clarity is not the absence of salt, but the spaciousness to hold it wisely. By becoming lakes instead of glasses, pain itself can open the door to compassion and freedom. Let us now turn to a story about trusting the current of life. This is the story of the Crystal River. In the depths of a clear, shining river, where water flowed pure as mountain air, lived an entire village of small creatures. The river moved above them like a gentle breath, carrying the wisdom of distant springs and seas. Young and old alike made their homes along the sandy riverbed below. Every creature clung tightly to stones, roots, and fallen branches. For generations, clinging meant survival. From birth, they learned to grip the riverbed. "Hold on," the elders warned. "The current is dangerous. It will carry you to unknown places. Safety lies in staying exactly where you are." But one small creature grew tired of clinging. Day after day, he watched the current above, moving with ease and quiet grace. While others complained about exhaustion, he wondered what it might feel like to trust the flowing water. "I am weary of holding on," he declared one morning. "Though I cannot see where it leads, I trust the current knows its way. I will release my grip and let it carry me. Is store, for if I continue clinging, I fear I will die of boredom before I ever truly live." The other creatures gasped in shock and fear. "Fool!" they shouted. "If you let go, the current will smash you against the rocks. You will be bruised, broken, and destroyed far faster than boredom ever could." But the small creature had already chosen. He took one final look at his neighbors and released his grip on the familiar stone. At once, the current seized him. Just as the others had warned, he was thrown and rolled across the rocky riverbed. His body struck stone after stone, pain sharper than anything he had known while clinging. Yet something extraordinary began to unfold. As he continued to surrender to the force of the water, refusing to grasp for new anchors despite the pain, the current slowly lifted him higher from the bottom. The violent tumbling came to an end. The rocks could no longer touch him. Now he was carried by the current itself, no longer resisting its direction, but moving as one with its flow. Far downstream, other creatures stared in disbelief. Here was one like themselves, yet he seemed to fly through the water, moving with the river's own graceful power. "A miracle!" they cried. "A creature like us. Yet he soars. Surely he is the savior sent to rescue us all." Hearing their cries, the flowing creature felt compassion. "I am no savior," he called back. "I am no different from you. The river delights in lifting us all. If only we dare to release our grip. Our true task is not clinging to the bottom, but trusting this journey, this great adventure of flow." But the others only shouted louder, "Savior! Savior!" Even as they cried out, they tightened their hold on roots and stones. They watched until he vanished around a bend, then began weaving legends of the miraculous one who had briefly passed through their village. The Buddha's wisdom reminds us, you only lose what you cling to. This ancient insight reveals a deep paradox. We spend our lives gripping for safety and control, convinced that security comes from holding tight. Yet this very grasping creates the suffering we fear. Why do we cling so fiercely when the current offers to carry us forward? Zen teaches that from childhood, we learn the familiar is safe and the unknown is dangerous. This conditioning becomes a barrier when it prevents growth beyond old limits. We also suffer from the illusion of control, believing we can freeze change by gripping circumstances, roles, and identities. This creates immense tension because it places us in conflict with reality itself. Life is constant movement, and resisting this truth exhausts us. We battle currents far stronger than our will. Consider where you are clinging right now. A relationship that has changed, a career that no longer nourishes you, or an image of yourself that has grown restrictive. The river of change will flow regardless. Our choice is simple: exhaust ourselves resisting, or discover the grace of surrender. The Buddha said, "Nothing is permanent except change." Water does not fight the mountain, it finds its natural path downward. As one, when we move with life's current, we discover an effortless effectiveness resistance can never achieve. Tonight, as you rest in stillness, what might you be ready to release? A worry about tomorrow, a resentment from yesterday, or a self-image that has grown too small? Can you sense the living current of this moment and trust where it is leading? As the Buddha taught, let go of what is past. Let go of what has not yet come. Let go even of what is happening now. Relax completely and rest. In this trust, we discover the current we feared would destroy us is the very force carrying us home. Now we turn to a story about a profound truth hidden in the most ordinary place. This is the dialogue between Joshua and Nansen on the nature of the ordinary mind. In a quiet mountain monastery, where morning mist drifted among ancient pines and temple bells echoed through distant valleys, two Zen masters entered a dialogue that would reveal the very core of Zen insight. Joshua, despite his years of practice and deep wisdom, approached his teacher Nansen with sincere humility. He came not as an expert, but as a true student, still questioning life's deepest truths. They sat facing one another in the meditation hall, a place where generations before them had struggled with the same timeless questions of awakening. Joshua spoke from genuine confusion. After years of meditation, discipline, and study, he still felt unsure about the foundation of the path itself. "Master," Joshua asked directly, "what is the way? With all these teachings and practices, what are we truly seeking?" Nansen answered at once, calmly and without hesitation. "Ordinary mind is the way," he said, as if stating something completely obvious. Joshua was puzzled. He had expected something subtle, mysterious, or remote from daily life. "If ordinary mind is the way," he asked, "should we then try to cultivate it? Should we make it our spiritual goal?" Nansen gently shook his head. "If you direct yourself toward it," Nansen replied, "you immediately move away from it. The effort to reach ordinary mind makes it extraordinary, and therefore, no longer ordinary." Joshua felt trapped in a logical paradox. "But Master," he asked, "if we do not try to cultivate anything, how can we know this ordinary mind is truly the way? How can it be recognized without effort?" Nansen's final reply cut through all abstraction. "The way does not belong to knowing or not knowing," he said. "Knowing turns it into a concept, and that is illusion. Not knowing turns it into emptiness, missing its living presence." End quote. When the way is realized without doubt, it is like the great void, vast and boundless, containing everything. How then could there be divisions of right and wrong, sacred and ordinary, mundane and extraordinary? At these words, something shifted within Joshua. The seeking mind that had been grasping for answers relaxed. A moment of deep clarity arose. Not the clarity of learning something new, but the clarity of recognizing what had always been present. The Buddha's wisdom reminds us, there is nothing to seek and nothing to find. Everything is already here. The heart of this teaching is simple. What we search for through spiritual practice is not a special altered state, but the ordinary awareness reading these words right now. Why is this so hard to accept? Zen points to our conditioning, that truth must be extraordinary, mystical, or dramatic. We imagine enlightenment as permanent bliss, cosmic consciousness, or supernatural power. Yet in reality, it is simply awareness. Free from the overlay of striving and seeking, our spiritual effort often becomes the obstacle itself. Like searching desperately for glasses already on our face, we exhaust ourselves chasing what we already have. The effort to attain a special state creates separation between seeker and sought, between who we are and who we think we must become. Notice your own mind right now. Thoughts appear and disappear. Sensations rise within the body. Sounds arrive effortlessly. Emotions move through awareness and fade. This natural, effortless functioning of consciousness is what Nansen called ordinary mind. It is already awakened, not because it reaches a special state, but because it is the space in which all states arise and dissolve. As the Zen masters taught, your everyday mind that is the way, just like this moment now, without searching for anything, without chasing the rewards of Zen, simply this mind that thinks, feels, and perceives. This is Buddha. Its very ordinariness is what makes it so hard to recognize. We keep looking past it, hoping for something more dramatic or impressive. The great void Nansen spoke of is not emptiness, but the open, spacious awareness in which every experience appears. Like the sky that remains unchanged whether clouds gather or drift away, this awareness stays constant through every changing experience. Joy and sorrow, clarity and confusion, calm and restlessness, all arise and fade within this steady background of ordinary awareness. Seeing this transforms how we approach spiritual practice entirely. Instead of striving to reach a special state, we learn to recognize the awareness already present. Rather than escaping ordinary life, we uncover the extraordinary nature hidden within it. The sound of rain becomes as sacred as temple bells. Washing dishes carries the same depth as formal meditation. In Japanese aesthetics, there is the idea of wabi-sabi, an appreciation of imperfection and impermanence. This love for the ordinary and incomplete reflects the same truth Nansen pointed toward. The way is not found in perfected states, but in the natural unfolding of life exactly as it is. Tonight, as you simply notice being aware of these words, aware of your breath, aware of sounds around you. Can you recognize this ordinary awareness as what you have been seeking all along? Can you relax the effort to become something else? As the Buddha taught, peace arises from within. Do not search for it outside yourself. The way is not a destination to reach, but the ground you are already standing on. By accepting ordinary mind as Buddha mind, you realize the journey was never about going elsewhere, but about recognizing where you have always been. Let us continue our journey. The next story reveals the difference between helping and holding on. This is the teaching of the two monks and the woman at the river. Two monks were traveling together along a mountain path, heading toward a distant monastery to continue their training. Both were devoted practitioners who had taken strict vows, including avoiding physical contact with women. This discipline was not rooted in disrespect, but in their belief that it supported spiritual focus. When they reached a swollen river, its bridge damaged by recent storms, they saw a young woman standing anxiously at the water's edge. The current was fierce, filled with debris from the mountains, and she was clearly afraid to cross alone. "Please, honored monks," she called out, "could one of you help me cross this dangerous river? I'm not strong enough to make it safely by myself." One monk immediately grew tense, his mind racing through rules and possible consequences. Physical contact with women was forbidden, and he began searching for explanations, perhaps alternatives that would preserve their vows. The other monk saw only her danger and fear. Without hesitation or inner debate, he stepped forward and lifted her gently onto his shoulders. He carried her carefully across the rushing water, set her safely on the far bank, and she bowed gratefully before continuing on her way. The two monks continued their journey, but something between them had shifted. The first monk walked in restless silence, his thoughts spinning endlessly around what he had witnessed. As the hours passed, the pressure inside him mounted until he could no longer contain his inner turmoil. "Brother," he finally exclaimed, breaking the silence, "I cannot understand what you did at the river. Our training clearly forbids physical contact with women, yet you lifted that woman onto your shoulders. How could you violate our sacred vows so openly?" His companion looked at him with calm surprise and answered with simple clarity, "Brother, I put her down on the far bank hours ago, but you are still carrying her." Buddha taught that holding anger is like gripping a burning coal to throw at another. You are the one who gets burned. This story reveals the deep difference between compassionate action and mental attachment, between responding in the moment and dragging the past along with us. Why do we so often carry situations long after they are over, replaying scenes and nurturing resentments that now exist only in our minds? Zen teaches that much suffering comes not from events themselves, but from our inability to release them once they end. The first monk's distress shows how rigid rule-keeping can conflict with the compassion that inspired those rules. The second monk saw danger and acted with kindness, then let the moment pass completely. The first monk, however, carried the event for hours, making it heavier with every step. Reflect on your own habit of replaying old conversations, clinging to past hurts, or rehearsing scenes long finished. How much of your mental energy is spent carrying memories rather than living now? The woman crossed the river in minutes, but the monk carried her for hours in thought. This teaching reaches far beyond broken rules. We carry harsh words spoken years ago, mistakes made long past, and moments of embarrassment no one else recalls. Meanwhile, the present moment, full of life and possibility, goes unseen while we carry ghosts of the past. Zen practice teaches us to separate necessary action from unnecessary attachment. The second monk helped, then moved on. He did not replay the choice, worry about judgment, or relive the scene again and again. Zen masters remind us, because of impermanence, everything is possible. The river crossing was temporary. It began, served its purpose, and ended. Only attachment gave it continued life as suffering. The Buddha taught, let go of what has passed. Let go of what may come. Let go of what is happening now. Do not try to solve anything. Do not force anything to happen. Relax and rest in this moment. It's some line story. Freedom appears when we stop extending experiences beyond their natural end. Look gently at what you may still be carrying. Old resentments, past failures, conversations that linger painfully, regrets that resurface again and again. They exist only because you keep lifting them up. What would it feel like to set them down? The irony is striking. The monk who broke the rules suffered nothing. The monk who obeyed it perfectly suffered greatly. This shows that suffering often arises, not from actions, but from thoughts about those actions. Tonight, when your mind revisits old events, lingering grievances, or moments long finished, remember the wise monk's teaching. Practice setting down what no longer needs carrying. Feel the lightness of moving forward, without yesterday's burdens. As Buddha taught, in the end only three things matter: how fully we have lived, how deeply we have loved, and how completely we have learned to let go. True practice is not perfect rule-keeping, but responding to what is present, then releasing it to make space for what comes next. Our next story reveals a powerful truth about anger and projection. This is the story of the empty boat. A young boatman, known for his fiery temper, was rowing his small wooden boat across a wide, mist-covered river at dawn. He took pride in his skill and diligence, yet the slightest disruption could ignite his explosive rage. Other river workers knew his temper well, and often kept their distance. That morning, dense fog blanketed the river, limiting visibility to only a few feet. The boatman squinted into the gray haze, guiding his vessel by memory and instinct. Suddenly, through the mist, another boat appeared on a direct collision course. "Hey, move aside," he shouted angrily, his voice echoing across the water. "You're going to crash into me. Can't you see where you're heading?" But the other boat kept drifting straight ahead, showing no sign of turning or slowing. The boatman's irritation surged as he shouted again, his voice now thick with fury. He cursed the other pilot's recklessness and stupidity, his anger intensifying with every passing moment. Ignoring his furious warnings, the other boat slammed into his with a hard, jolting impact. Now boiling with outrage, the boatman prepared to leap aboard the other vessel and unleash every ounce of pent-up frustration. He braced himself for confrontation, ready to confront the careless fool who had ruined his morning crossing. His fists tightened, his face flushed with rage, as he moved closer to the other boat. But peering through the fog, he saw something that stopped him cold. The boat was empty. No pilot at the helm, no person to blame or confront. It was simply a vessel, carried blindly by the river's current. In that moment, his anger dissolved completely. It was impossible to rage at an empty boat. There was no target for his fury, no one to receive his harsh words. The energy of his anger suddenly had nowhere to land. He gently pushed the empty boat aside and continued on his way. His mind grew as calm as the fog-covered river itself. Buddha taught that holding anger is like drinking poison and hoping the other person dies. This lesson reveals how often our anger is aimed at empty boats, projections of intent where none exists. It exposes a deep truth about human reactivity. Most emotional suffering does not come from what others truly do, but from the stories we invent about their motives and character. We assume hostility where there may be distraction, disrespect where there may be ignorance, and personal attack where there may be coincidence. Why do we so quickly place imaginary pilots in empty boats? The mind evolved to detect threats and assign agency rapidly. This instinct once protected our ancestors from hidden predators. In modern life, however, this habit leads us to assume intention where none may exist. Think of daily moments. When someone cuts you off in traffic, do you label them selfish? When a coworker ignores your greeting, do you decide they are rude? When a friend cancels plans, do you assume they don't care? In each case, you may be inventing a pilot for an empty boat. The driver might be rushing to help a sick child. Your coworker might be absorbed in painful personal news. Your friend might be struggling with anxiety or exhaustion. Most actions say far more about someone's inner world than about you. Zen master Hangpo taught, "The foolish reject what they see, not what they think. The wise reject what they think, not what they see." When we react to interpretations, we are battling empty boats. This does not mean passivity or abandoning healthy boundaries. If behavior affects you, it can be addressed skillfully, without inventing motives. You can say, "When you interrupted me, I felt unheard," instead of attacking character. The practice is to pause with anger and ask, "Am I reacting to facts or to the story I created? Am I angry at actions or at imagined pilots in an empty boat?" In Zen meditation, we learn to observe thoughts and emotions as passing events, not absolute truths. When anger appears, we notice it without obedience. We ask what story is forming and what assumptions we are making. As the Buddha said, "You will not be punished for your anger. You are not punished for your anger, but by it." Each time we place a hostile pilot inside an empty boat, we manufacture suffering for ourselves. Each time we remember that many boats are simply drifting with the current, we loosen the grip of reactivity. Tonight, as you reflect on moments of irritation or anger, can you sense which boats were truly guided by harmful intent and which were simply empty? Can you notice the difference in your body between reacting to perceived threat and responding to circumstance? As the Buddha taught, peace comes from within. Do not seek it outside yourself. When we stop battling empty boats, we realize peace has been present all along. Now, let us rest together in this final stillness. Find a position that feels most comfortable, and gently allow your eyes to close, if they have not already. Take one last, slow, deep breath in, and as you breathe out, release a gentle sigh, letting go of any remaining effort. Allow your body to become heavy, supported, and completely at ease. Bring your awareness for a moment to the vast, quiet space of the mind. Imagine it as a clear night sky. Thoughts may drift by like thin clouds, but you are the sky itself, not the clouds. Rest as this open, spacious awareness. Now bring your attention to the center of your chest. Imagine a small, soft, warm ember glowing there. This is the warmth of your own kindness, your natural goodness. Feel this gentle warmth spreading through your body, creating a sense of safety, peace, and belonging. Finally, sense the full weight of your body surrendering to gravity, completely supported by the surface beneath you. You are safe. You are held. You are at peace. There is nothing more you need to do. There is nowhere else you need to go. Just this moment. Just here. This quiet darkness. This gentle breath. This deep stillness. May you carry this peace with you as you drift into sleep. May your rest be deep, healing, and free of dreams. May you awaken in the morning feeling renewed and restored. And may you remember, even briefly, the vast and silent space that is your true home. May you move through your days with lighter steps and a softer heart, knowing you were always supported by a grace far greater than your worries. And may the peace you have cultivated within become a quiet gift to everyone you meet. Thank you for walking this path with me. Rest well.